Composer, Audio Endpoints. In this video, we'll remind you how to properly configure your endpoints. Poorly configured endpoints usually result in no audio sources appearing on your interface, or some might be missing. No sound coming out in the room. Sound coming out in the wrong room. Here are the steps we'll follow. 1. Determine the endpoints. 2. Declare the endpoints in Composer. 1. Determine the endpoints. Generally speaking, you need to rely on the physical connections of your devices. Let's take the example that often causes the most trouble for beginners, an amplifier and an audio matrix. We can see that the speakers are connected to zone 2 of the amplifier. To determine the audio endpoint, you need to ask yourself, where are the speakers physically connected? In this case, the speakers are connected to output 2 of the amplifier, so output 2 of the amplifier will be the audio endpoint. To determine the audio volume endpoint, you need to ask, which device can control the volume? Here, the amplifier cannot be directly controlled, it doesn't have Ethernet or RS-232 connections, etc. So, it's the matrix output that can control the volume for this zone. The source for this zone 2 of the amplifier is analog output 3 of the matrix. Therefore, the audio volume endpoint will be output 3 of the matrix. Declaring endpoints in Composer. Go to Composer Pro. Click on the Connections tab. Start by checking that the connections to your devices are correct. Click on the matrix driver. Check that, as in our example, the stereo 3 output of the matrix is connected to the zone 2 input of your amplifier. If this is not the case, click on output 3 of the matrix and in the possible connections, in the lower part of the composer, drag it to input 2 of the amplifier. Remember to check that you have an audio source on your matrix. Now click on your room. Select Audio Endpoint 1. As we saw earlier, the audio endpoint is zone 2 of our amplifier. Drag the audio endpoint to zone 2 of our amplifier. Select Audio Volume 1. As we saw earlier, the audio volume endpoint is analog output 3 of the matrix. Drag to the relevant output. We can also take a much simpler example such as the SA1. This device has just one audio output for connecting your speakers and is capable of managing the volume. The audio and audio volume endpoints will therefore be the output of the SA1. You can now make the connections. Don't forget to do a refresh navigator so that your changes are taken into account. You can now enjoy music in your rooms. Thank you for watching this video. Don't hesitate to subscribe to our channel to be notified of new videos. You can also find all our products and other tutorials on our website.